Hello Sagittarius, this is your extended reading. So, I feel like you are going to venture out of your paradise. And this second part of your reading feels almost, the way that I'm seeing is almost like this castle that has really thick walls and this bridge, which is the only passage, the only connection to the outside world, right? Protected by all of these dense trees and all of these thick walls that are just separating your inner world from the outer world. But I feel like you're going to venture out through the walls and the trees and the bushes and onto the bridge. Um, Even though you are second guessing yourself for a little bit, and maybe asking advice. So let's go to the cards. We start off with the Queen of Swords. And so this is obviously you, right? Inside your castle, inside your paradise, just bathing in your own light, bathing in this beautiful place that you have created for yourself. And just, well, right now what's coming through is that for a long while this could have been the most peaceful and, pleasurable place, and you were good to be on your own. There was nothing that would bother you here. It was just paradise, right? And lately you have been overthinking, right? Your decisions, your whatever you have created in this paradise. So is it enough? Do I need more? What is this that I have created? So I feel like here with this Queen of Swords, you are, well, as I said on the final part of the first video, was that just open your eyes to see who's trying to come in, right? And so with this Queen of Swords, I feel like you have opened your eyes. You are considering, who are these people who are knocking on your door and trying to pass the barriers that you have created for yourself. And so I feel like you are considering, you are analyzing, you are being more critical and more discerning of, all of these approaches, right? And the beautiful thing is that right after the Queen of Swords came this Ace of Cups, and right away the message was so clear and so powerful, was that you are choosing amongst all of the options of all of the consideration that you're making in your head. I feel like you are seeing that finally you can open your heart. And the way that the message came through with this Ace of Cups was that you have a big heart and you can share it. You can share your heart. You don't have to, create all of the barriers that you have created. You are the sun, right? The reason why you can bask in this energy is because you are it. You are it. You are this energy, and you are blazing this light because you have a really big heart, right? And so you are allowed to share it, and now you see it, right? I feel like you were a little bit in your head, too much perhaps, right? But I feel like you come to the conclusion that you have a lot to share, and it wouldn't be fair to keep it all for yourself, right? Because here, yes, you may have created this beautiful life for yourself, but what is the point of doing all of that and not sharing it with anyone, right? And so I feel like here you are being, discerning to know who you can share it with. And although you have a lot of power and you know your true core, your true values, your true inner light, which is your heart, right? I feel like still you are second guessing because, well, it was like this. After this Ace of Cups came the Knight of Swords, and this one felt more like a, because it was like this, oh, like this. I feel like you are considering taking advice from maybe someone really close to you that you trust, because it felt like to me, you know, this counselor, this advisor, this friend, this trustworthy friend that perhaps has always been by your side, you know, giving you advice and being the closest thing that you could possibly know as this advisor, this person who could really truly give you notes and feedback that is connected to your essence, right? Because you share the same suit, so you share the same energy, the same frequency, you understand each other, you can talk in a way that you understand each other. Although you are the one in the end who's going to take this final decision, because the hierarchy here is only telling me that although yes, they understand you, they understand your situation, you can open yourself to talk freely and openly with them. In the end, at the end of the day, you are the one who has to, you know, give this final word. You are the one who has to decide for yourself what you're going to do about sharing your heart with the world, right? So I feel like this is almost like this further consideration that perhaps you were doing on your own. You had already started this consideration about who are these people that want to break in my barriers, who are these people who are knocking on my door and try to, you know, approach me from with different intentions. You were doing this on your own, and then when you get to this conclusion of sharing your heart with these people, it's almost like a final this last stop, this last conversation, this last consideration, right? With this one to, you know, bounce off, see if you're in the same page, to see it's, well, the way that I'm getting right now is that sometimes we talk with ourselves and it's only in our minds, and when we just speak it out loud, speak it to someone else, we make sense of it more, right? So this is what I feel like it's going on here. And the beautiful thing is that right after this conversation happens, you appear again as another queen, but the Queen of Wands. So at first you were this Queen of Swords, really analytical, really mindful of your thoughts, really questioning, right, your own decisions and trying to make sense in a really mental space. And here, once you bounce back and has this feedback, has this conversation with this friend, you come blazing again with all of this fire, right? With this Queen of Wands, with this wish, with this desire, with this attitude, right? You're not thinking, considering anymore. You are moving, you are doing, you're taking this leap across the bridge, right? You're deciding that yes, you have a lot to share. You know, all of this sun, all of this love that you have to share is worth sharing, right? And you're blazing through, you're just going for it. It's just so passionate and so filled with desire and love and movement and energy and joy. There's a lot of joy here too, right? And so the next card that came through after all of this was almost like this confirmation of the universe, was almost like this this authentication. I don't know if that word makes sense, but it's almost like this word of the universe saying, yes, you're in the right path. You have decided correctly. The Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune coming after you decided to move. You decided to, you know, get down from your castle and through your thick walls and cross this bridge onto the other side and share all of your love, share all of your light with the world. It is exactly right. It is exactly on time. It is exactly the right move, right? And so the way that I'm seeing is that this this movement, this energy that is bursting through you, you know, this fuel inside your heart is something that is being because what I'm seeing here is almost like this powerful fuel, like this boost, fueling, helping to fuel even more your energy, right? And so after all of this boost, all of this energy, all of this movement forward, I feel like you get to the end of the bridge, you know, where one step further you would be on the other side, and you second guess again. So the cards that came through after the Wheel of Fortune were the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. And so I feel like you are courageously, bravely taking this leap, going forward, moving. And then you're thinking again, you're considering again, you're just unsure of what to do, right? You're the way that I'm seeing is that you're one step on the bridge and then the other step crossed over already, and you're just in this it's freak out moment. Am I doing the right thing? Have I done the right thing? Have I moved in the right direction? It's almost like you're running and rushing across this bridge, and as soon as you get to this final, to the edge, right, to this last barrier, I feel like you slow down and you stop. But it feels really abrupt, right? And you stop and you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and immediately I feel like you have this consideration of guarding yourself up again, of feeling so exposed, feeling so so vulnerable that you have to build yourself, you know, a wall again. Because what I'm seeing here is like you in the middle, needing help, needing this barrier, needing protection. And I feel like even though you may not have like actual people around you to protect you, I feel like you're not aware that you are protected, right? What the Seven of Swords is telling me is that you are protected. You are feeling vulnerable because you have reached this edge of the barrier that you built yourself. So you're just questioning if it was the right decision to do, right? But it's just one more step. And you are protected even though you don't feel, even though you feel exposed, right? Because you are at the edge. You've come to this limit, right? To this boundary that you have built yourself. And so, but you are protected, believe that. And so here, it was, it didn't feel to me like the end, because I was just thinking, okay, are they going to cross over finally? Are they going to, you know, step the second step outwards, or are they going to be on the fence, right at the edge, but not knowing where to go? And so I feel like I was just wondering, what are you going to do after all of this? Are you going to understand that you are protected? Are you going to feel protected? Because I feel like here you're guarding yourself up, right? You're not moving again, right? because I feel like you're feeling at risk here, exposed, vulnerable, right? But you have backup from the universe. It is fueling your motor, your energy. So I pulled you another card, right, after all of this, because I just wanted to know. I was curious to know. And the card that came through was the Emperor. And so this Emperor, it's funny because this Emperor has a lot of fire in it also, but there's a lot of structure and a lot of rules, and there is a lot of hierarchy, right? There is a lot of restriction, I feel. And because the way that I was seeing this part was almost like you in your castle, I feel like there are two sides to this Emperor, which was, you know, clarifying to me whether or not you're going forward, going to cross the edge of your own barriers, right? This one, this first side of this Emperor is more like an expectation that you have. And so it's almost like inside your castle, inside your paradise, you know that you have the company of the idealized version of this Emperor, right? And so you hold yourself inside this place because you are being accompanied by the idealized version of this Emperor. But once you step onto the world and cross the bridge and, you know, cross the barriers that you have created for yourself, I feel like you're afraid to meet the real three-dimensional, you know, manifested version of this Emperor, which could be a person, which could be an opportunity, could be a partner, could be a relationship, could be a project, whatever it is for you. I feel like you're fearing that you could meet this one or you could not meet this one. Either way, you are afraid to confront yourself with the possibility of whatever you would idealize. You created this illusion, this perfect scenario, this perfect person, right? You're afraid to confront the reality of it, right? And so actually this card didn't really explain or tell me whether or not you're going to leap forward, you're going to cross the barrier and expose yourself and put yourself out there, right? Because yes, it takes a lot of gut, it takes a lot of risks, right? But I feel like somehow this confrontation, this the possibility of meeting this one, this opportunity, this fantasy of yours in a real life is a good thing. It's destined to be this way, right? So let's see what the runes want to add to this, perhaps as a final guidance, since, you know, maybe you were questioning and second guessing yourself. Perhaps the runes can clarify deeply or further. Okay. Okay. So, oh, this is interesting. So the rune that came out was the South Node. And it's funny because, you know, these runes are circular, so they could either come, you know, in every side facing upwards or downwards. And it came like this as the South Node. And interestingly enough, right now, as I'm recording this, the South Node is in Sagittarius. So, and well, when we think of astrology, the South Node is exactly opposite to the North Node. And so, sorry. And so these two, the South Node and the North Node, they are this arrow that points towards our inner being, our evolution, our karmic evolution, right? In this lifetime, but it's an evolution of the spirit, right? And so we initiate this journey, this development of our spirit in the South Node, but we are heading towards the North Node, which now is in Gemini. So this initial phase for you, it's empowering you, you know, it's this beginning point, is this starting of this new journey, right, for you. And I feel like right now you're not going to have all of the answers. You just have to take this leap. You have to go on this journey. You have to take a risk of coming out of your comfort zone, right? Because you cannot stay in the South Node. You're supposed to develop and move towards the North Node. And so you cannot stay in your castle. You cannot stay in your own paradise, even though it feels fulfilling. It feels so good. It feels pleasurable. It feels everything that you have ever wanted, perhaps, right? But the challenges that are going to appear on this journey are made to strengthen you, even confronting this one, right, from the first part. And also this one could appear along the way. So don't be afraid to go on this journey, right? So yeah, I feel like this rune cleared up a little bit and answered whether or not you are going to move from this place that you're just second guessing yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful for you if you are in this point of your life. Yeah, thank you so much for being here with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.